sound.
Palm trees, cigars, coffee, food, salsa, dominoes. Are we in a Latin American country? Actually, we're in Florida, in Miami's Little Havana.
Cuban culture in Little Havana or in Cuba, I think, is very lively, very dynamic, very musical, very passionate.
Calle Ocho, or 8th Street, is the home away from home for many Cubans.
And then in 1959, this very large number of Cuban refugees began to arrive, looking for apartments that were inexpensive, that were close to the places where they worked, that had accessible public transportation. So they slowly but surely focused on this area around 8th Street near downtown. And then that became the center of the Little Havana neighborhood.
One of the symbolic centers of the Cuban community is Versailles Restaurant, which many call the world's most famous Cuban restaurant. Felipe Valls, who owns it, came to Miami with his parents when he was young and has been running the restaurant with his father since it opened in 1971.
Busiest Cuban coffee window in Miami, here in Versailles.
The coffee windows are a unique phenomenon in Little Havana. Cuban Americans gather here to talk about everything from sports to international politics. This is also where politicians, reporters, and different generations of Cuban exiles gather to find out more about the Cuban American community.
A very good spot for networking. All the presidents in this country has come here to drink coffee.
The Cuban food prevalent in Little Havana is based on Spanish and African cuisine. There's also some Oriental influence. Walking along Calle Ocho, you will see the famous Domino Park at the intersection of 8th Street and 15th Avenue. Elderly men gather here daily to play dominoes as they discuss politics and sip Cuban coffee the whole afternoon. Cigars are another icon of Cuban culture. Guantanamera is one of the many cigar shops on Calle Ocho. Customers are served with fresh Cuban coffee as they walk into the shop. Manager Eric Otero says it's part of the Cuban way of doing things.
Each cigar touches over 4,000 hands before it reaches to the consumer. That's a lot of work. So in that sense, yes, it is a luxury. But more than anything, it's a lifestyle. I want you to sit back, light a cigar, have some coffee, and see the day pass you by.
With the rapprochement between Cuba and the United States, the cultural and commercial connections between Little Havana and Cuba are expected to grow even stronger. Lin Yang and Joseph Mock, VOA News, Miami, Florida.